All right, straight on, no depth or anything like that. Here's one corner. Here's another corner. Let me start down low because by the time I represent the windmill, there's a corner. Here's a corner. Here's the blocks coming. There's the blocks coming.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the doorway. This doorway is narrower than it maybe should be. All right, and there'll be a window. Oh, and I have a railing going the whole way around at about that height, and this is gonna be solid wood as well. All right, now on top of these, I'll just put 3 lines there to represent the 3 boards that are there now. That I want to take them off, replace them with new, because I think they've had time enough to rot, and they'd be weak. But that'll just give an idea of the height. What I want to build next is going to be at that level, below that, so it'll actually be independent of it in a way, except for the fact that it's tied down. And this will only be 1 thick. All right, now. The pieces going through this way, to make I didn't finish explaining about those wooden blocks. The reason I need them is because one piece is going this way and one piece is going this way the whole way through. And I didn't want to separate them. I didn't want to put a joint there. So by putting these nailers, for nailing this way and nailing this way, one will go over the other. Do you know what I mean? Instead of meeting like this, one will actually be over the other. And what will unite them? What will unite them is that piece of softwood that will mostly only be about that high out here. But all right, so at that. Let's say right there and right there, and you use an X when you're looking at end grain.
No, but I do now.
Huh?
I do now.
Yeah. All right. Now the roof. So and in the middle, this piece, which you'd not see here, but the middle nailer. This doesn't need a nailer because it's got the post. But the one in the middle, basically, it's not a post at all. It's hanging. It makes it kind of a truss. So in the middle of the building, it's going up this way, and we can let it go up as high 8 feet if we need to. The roof, I tend to use 45s whenever possible, and so I would default to a 45-degree angle here. And I would do it the same way we did it in the faux cuts, where it would be stopped by what I call a rafter stop. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The thing is, so here's that rafter stop, and there goes the rafter. And all this stuff can be quite light because it's only going to support the roof. The thing is, it's now going to be, as you look straight down at the roof, it's going to, I really can't draw this. I mean, it's gonna at least have 4 slopes, at least. Possibly more slopes. What I imagine building is going to look a lot like a steeple with a windmill on top and no church under it. Because a lot of times this angle doesn't have to stay that way. This angle can change because, and what I was saying, this I'm doing largely for bracing, but also I'll make a floor here so we could actually stand there, even though there wouldn't be headroom, so that we'll have a floor there. And it's to support, so this roof could actually have that slope, this slope, this slope, this slope. And possibly even slopes here. I'm not sure. You know, it's getting beyond what I can figure out. But this part can then go, it could change its angle if we want to. But ultimately, let's say up here finally we come to the windmill, and the windmill has to be supported. A little bit of mechanism there, and that windmill is going to be like that. You know, they're always tilted, and part of the reason I think is because you've got to clear the building that's underneath it.
Mm-hmm.
That's part of the reason. It's not the only reason. Now, to get to that spot to trim the sails, there's where I was saying this will be level coming off the beast. Right there is the one spot that we can trim the sails. This is an axle.
Gotcha.
Follow?
Would the hammer, like, where would the, I guess,
The lifting for the hammer?
axis, the point where it turns or whatever, where would that be in the side of the building?
The hammer? I don't think I'm going to make it like a hammer. I'm going to have it just a drop hammer.
Gotcha.
Because for various reasons, but one of them is I want to be able to move around in there, and that arm of the hammer would be in the road. If I have it just something that drops, we can always lift it off and set it down and take the stuff out. Like this could end up be where you do the glass blowing, if there's enough room.
Mm-hmm.
And then you'd have to use where the anvil, mighty anvil is, that would have to be your bench. I don't know. I will brace it, but I'm going to brace, that's one other thing. You can't just build what we've been building without braces.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
but I haven't braced it yet because the thing's racked from neglect of 8 years or something like that. And we can put all the square stuff on, but ultimately I'm going to have to use come-alongs or something and try to draw it as much into plumb as I can. And then this is going to look nice. It's going to look like a Tudor building probably.
Mhm.
You know, we might even make cross braces there. I'll fill that in. There'll be a little window up there. But I don't want to do any of the bracing until we've got it stable enough already that we can just rack it and see what we can get. The bases are not moving anymore. All right, enough. Here's the sail.